And welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska, getting set for the Class A Girls State Championship. I want to remind you that the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation is proud to have its state championship competition on NET. And if you'd like a DVD copy, you can log on to NHSBF.com, follow the links, preserve your state championship memories for a lifetime. So 2 state championships already in the book. Alma has won, Hastings has won, and now a battle of 2 Lincoln schools as Lincoln East will take on Lincoln North Star. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams, and we'll begin with Lincoln North Star. And here's a look at the club led by Bob Korn, Casey King, she's a senior, Stephanie Mundorf, Jamie Sigler, Kendra Porter, and Haley Hall, all sophomores on a very talented young sophomore squad for North Star. Brittany Kirchhoff is a junior. Chrissy Miller is a senior. That's a look at the Navigators of Lincoln North Star. They will be battling the Lincoln East Spartans and Brad Jakubowski. Sarah Clark is a freshman along with Mackenzie London. Amy Fisher, a senior, and then a couple of juniors in there, Clark and Kazda, Megan Graves, and Sam Platt is a senior. So that's a look at the starting lineups for the Class A State Championship. Lincoln East, Lincoln North Star coming up next on NET Sports.
Brought to you in part by the Ellen and Marcia Bear Foundation and by the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, encouraging high schools to sanction the sport of bowling across Nebraska.
America's export of soybeans helps the U.S. maintain a positive agricultural trade balance. Nebraska contributes half of its soybeans for export. The protein and oil content in soybeans enhance the growing demand for higher protein diets. The Nebraska Soybean Board promotes research to develop new soybean varieties with higher protein and oil content for major agricultural markets. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights, offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
The way this game started, it did not look good for the Mavericks, but they dug deep, showed some character, and now they're staring down a shootout.
Thurslow, the shooter in round 7 for UNO. Score! And the Mavericks earn the extra point with a shootout win tonight.
Sports programming on NET is made possible by a gift from Harold and Marion Anderson, recognizing the importance of high school and college athletics in Nebraska.
And welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. I want to remind everybody you can log on to Facebook.com/NET Sports and become a fan, leave questions, comments, and see what happens behind the scenes. Plus, follow what's coming up next on NET Sports. It's fast, fun, and easier than ever to be part of the only statewide sports network on Facebook.com/sports. Well, this ought to be a good one. It's a all-Lincoln State final in Class A. North Star girls versus the East girls. These two teams have met a couple of times already this season. Squared off yesterday in the qualifying. North Star finishing on top in the qualifying round. There's a look at head coach Brad Jakubowski.
I think that's our first head coach in a suit and or a shirt and tie.
Yep.
Going to get a basketball reputation here, you know. As you can tell, folks, it's packed in here, and it is wall to wall in the bleachers. Very good.
This should be a good one. As we said, some of the best girls bowlers in the state of Nebraska getting set to do battle.
Well, it's Just another testament to how much this has grown, the enthusiasm for high school bowling, and it starts with just some great athletes and some great bowlers, and you're going to see them right here. And we start now with, coming out of the gate with North Star, Christina Miller, senior. Good first shot, Larry. Oh, look at that.
Off to a quick start.
A lot of Larry. A lot of bowling lineage in both these teams. A lot of these the children here, or the kids, I should say. I guess they're children of parents that are or were great bowlers in the Lincoln area.
There's Megan Graves. Megan crosses over, gets 5. So that will bring up on the left lane Brittany Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff averages 163, a junior for the North Star Navigators. North Star knocked off Columbus 3-0 to get here into the state championship battle. Beat North Platte in a tough first match. Can they get it? No, can't trip the 7. But another nice shot. There you see behind her Bob Coram, head coach of the Navigators, 6th year as a head coach. He and his wife Vicky have done a terrific job with this North Star program. And boy, do they have some young talent as well. Terrific shot there, nice and solid by Megan Graves.
A couple of sophomores in that team. They're sophomores. By the time they get to be seniors, are going to be stellar, if they're not already stellar.
Well, here's a junior. Kirchhoff needs to hook a little bit. A little too much skid.
I've seen some earlier girls matches where they have trouble going cross lane to some of the spares. A lot of oil in the center of the lane.
Sam Platt now. Platt crosses over. Leaves the 6-10. A little bit of work to do. Here's another one of those sophomores now up on the left lane, Kendra Porter. Kendra averages 171, high game of 236. Nice, solid game by Kendra, playing a little deeper, crosses it over, and gets the Brooklyn carry.
I think we need to flip a coin to see whether it's me or you that goes up and tells her dad, Mark, that she hooks the ball a lot more than he does.
You don't think he's been told that once or twice before?
I'm sure he has. Mark's a great local area bowler here, a lot of tournaments, and Mark's very good, was always very good on very tough, demanding lane conditions, and it's going to translate well to his daughter.
So here's Jamie Sigler. Sigler doubles it up for North Star. What a shot by the sophomore.
With the old fist pump there.
Shelby Clark now up on the right lane. Big double pulled North Star back to even after Lincoln East opens up with 2 marks. Boy, there's a solid game. Straight up the boards, right in the pocket, and a great carry. Nice shot by Shelby Clark. Here's another one of those outstanding sophomores, Haley Hall. And look at that wrist. She'll turn it up a little bit. Came in a little light.
I think she just lost it a little on the downswing there. Heard a couple of thumps there right when the ball hit the lane, so caused it to come in light.
Sam Kazda crosses over. Sam's first shot of the match. Bowling in that 4th spot. Hall bowling in the 5th spot for North Star. Good rotation and a nice cover by Haley Hall. Averages 190, does Hall. Here's Kazda to convert her spare. Very solid spare shooting team. Just unlucky chop.
A little bit of very clean back ends here at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln. Ball hits that dry, clean area, the rear 15 feet of the lane, and causes it to snap and hook past the 10.
Now here's Amy Fisherish senior. Amy very straight up the boards, and a great shot by Fisher. Averages 188. She's the state singles champ and starts East off with a strike.
What you notice there, Larry, is a pretty low maintenance game by a couple of those girls. By low maintenance, you mean we saw. We have over the years saw a lot of guys come in, a lot of the boys division players that hook the ball a lot across the lanes. There's nothing wrong with going straight up the boards, as we call it, meaning a little less hook but more direct towards the pocket. And through
5, a 10-pin advantage for the Navigators. Deep breath from Chrissy Miller. Chrissy, the senior, looking for a little bit more back in than she got. Left the bucket on the left side, 2-4-5-8. And now up on the left lane, the leadoff bowler for Lincoln East, Megan Graves. Graves crosses over, gets the carry. Big double for Lincoln East, down by 10. That pulled them back to even.
Tough spare here. The dinner bucket, we call it in bowling, the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Got to make sure that the ball goes through the pins to carry the pin in the back row there, and a lot of different ways to miss that. That's a tough spare. It's also a tough spare to convert your first shot on television.
Sam Platt now with the shot. That comes in a little light, leaves a washout.
Sam's looking back at her coach, Bob Gorham, wanting to know what went wrong. It's kind of swung the ball a little wide, also a little fast on the speed.
Good tempo and pace there. Started up a little early with 6-10.
Wash out the 1, 2, 4, and 10. Ball needs to be left of the head pin to carry the 2 and the 4.
Almost got that head pin to kick out and tripped that 4 pin back across into the 10. But it stayed in the channel. So an important conversion here for North Star to pull it essentially back to even. Needs to skid. Tough miss there. Down by 9 now are the Navigators. Here's Shelby Clark. Shelby, you saw, struck last time up. Needs to move. It does. Back-to-back strikes by Shelby Clark.
She is right in the, just almost right at the pocket. That ball doesn't wrinkle until it gets right to the pocket area, and it comes in just enough to slap out the 10.
Very consistent Kendra Porter right up the boards, and Porter puts 10 in the pit.
We're going to see some strikes this match, Larry. Yep. These girls are going to get lined up here before too long. Jitters will wear off.
Sam cast it. Cast a little high. So now trying to double is Jamie Ziegler. Watch the form here on Ziegler. You see she starts that downswing before her step. Unconventional, but very effective. You know, you got to give Bob Corum a lot of credit because he came into her program with that style, and rather than mess with it and try to fix it, allowed her to just improve her game, keeping what she had. I think if he would have tried to change that, it would have really messed her up. That's a very specific timing that has grown over a long period of time.
She's got a very quick fourth step. She actually almost doesn't even slide. She just kind of jumps into that fourth step, and that allows her swing to be caught up with her approach. But it works.
Power shot on Haley Hall.
Very similar to a baseball pitcher. You see a lot of young college pitchers. You know, I can think of two right out of the gate: a Shane Comine and a Joba Chamberlain that came in, and they, I would say, had some unorthodox characteristics. You don't want to mess with somebody that has that type of success, and bowling certainly applies.
What a big shot there by Lincoln East. 188. So she needs, well, it depends on count here. This is an important shot. She needs at least 9 pins to force East to strike. And that might have opened the door just a touch.
187 potential for North Star if she spares Lincoln East.
So Amy Fisher with a strike here could win the game for East. Fisher's shot. Oh, wraps around the 10. What a great shot by Fisher in a key situation. Been talking all day about the pressure of this environment, the cameras and the lights, and to step up and make the kind of shots we're seeing here early. Some great performances. And a nice job by Hall, converts.
Not a whole lot of bad shots. One miss spare that was probably a makeable spare, one chop, and then a couple of difficult spares were missed. But ladies have kept the ball in play.
So North Star will take game number 187 to 177. 187 North Star, 177 Lincoln East. And North Star leads this best of 5, 1 game to none. Well, there's more Nebraska High School Bowling Federation Championships next Sunday on NET Sports. Nebraska's best high school boys will compete for state championships in the sports crowning event. You can see it all at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln. Watch the action next Sunday morning on Nebraska High School Bowling Federation Championship on the boys' side, beginning at 8 a.m. Central on NET1 and NET HD. 2 champs already crowned here this morning. Alma won it first thing. Hastings won its first ever state championship, and now it's North Star and East battling in the Class A state championship. North Star with the quick lead.
Well, now each team has had a chance to throw at least a couple of shots to be able to do a better evaluation of the lane conditions and how their ball's going to react. You see some adjustments being made now.
The crossover leaves the 3-pin. Here's Chrissy Miller. Miller straight up the boards. Miller little high.
Boy, it just the fundamentals of so many of these ladies in this particular match are just very good. We've seen some powerhouse boys teams that do not have the basic fundamentals down and the skill of the game down as these gals do.
I think we've noticed over the last couple of years that if you take them in the aggregate, fundamentally the girls, the lady bowlers in the state are more fundamentally sound at the high school level than some of the boys.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. And, you know, some of that may be a credit to the University of Nebraska.
Absolutely.
Having an NCAA women's program down there.
Yep.
And, you know, head coach Bill Straub and Paul Klempa, his assistant coach, have just, you know, they're household names when it comes to women's bowling in the area and great teachers of the sport.
Wraps around the 10-pin. So here's Brittany Kirchhoff now. Lincoln East on top early. An important shot for Kirchhoff. Climbs the hill, leaves the bucket.
She came in a little heavy, or on the nose, a little high, I should say, the last time out. So made a little adjustment, just a little too much. Cross lane at the 10. Going to have to get those spares. These two teams are too good to give those pins away. Here's our second look at the dinner bucket. 2, 4, 5, and 8.
You get a lot of second looks at dinner bucket.
Yeah, you know, I've had my share of dinners. And once I look at them, they're usually gone. Well, 2 open frames right out of the gate for North Star, Larry, but with the open frame with East, down by 13, so not too insurmountable.
Straight up the boards goes Clark again for her third strike at as many shots.
Fast that time. Yep. She was right of her target where she was before. She's actually playing a little further inside, closer to about the 12th or 13th board. That ball crept outside the 10th board.
Porter needs a little more reaction there.
Same thing. Both ladies missed their targets to the right. The lane condition is forgiving to a point. Typically on a lane condition like we're bowling on today, you do have some room for error both left and right of your target. And I would say, Larry, it'd probably be 2 to 3 boards either side. If you were aiming at the 10th board, you probably typically would have about 5 boards area, we call it in bowling, to miss with, where you'd still have a chance getting the ball and play in the pocket. You miss any more than that, you're looking at trouble.
Nice, solid. Ooh, thought she had it.
Yeah.
It was a good, solid shot.
That was where it needed to go, but just a little too direct at it to have the ball deflect into the 7. Chance for Lincoln East to get back in it.
Sam comes in a little high.
Actually, Lincoln East is leading by 20. Apologize for that. Now you're looking at our left-hander here for North Star. Watch that 4th step, a very fast, quick little shuffle step right there. But she has great leverage on the ball. And we might be also seeing now some transition of the lane conditioner as these bowlers bowl. We're using the modern day equipment, which is a polyurethane resin lane surface. As the ball goes down the lane, it does carry oil or conditioner with it, and a lot of it stays in the ball. Some of it goes into your shirt when you pick it up, but then some of it also goes down the lane and carries and is pushed further down. And that can affect your reaction over time.
And a nice cover by Ziegler.
Now, the advantage for the left-hander is that being the only left-hander, that's not going to happen as much on her side. Now, the ladies that are all playing around the second arrow, if we go to 4 or 5 games, may see some change. They're going to have to make some adjustments.
Fisher right up again and leaves the solid 10. Haley Hall, 269 high game, 713. Youngest bowler to ever shoot 700 in Sun Valley lanes.
She's just nervous, Larry. She throws the ball just tremendous. Having a little tough time being accurate there. Cross lane at the 10.
And a good cover by Fisher. And a nice cover. So Lincoln East with about a 10-pin lead as we change lanes.
Baker style bowling, and you bowl half of the game on one side, the other half on the other, instead of the traditional method of crossing lanes.
Nebraska High School Bowling Federation proud to have its state championship competition broadcast throughout the state on NET Sports. For more information on high school bowling, you can check out the website at nhsbf.com. Nice shot, a little light, that gets the carry.
Good adjustment there. She came up light the last time on lane 28. Nice move there. Get the ball a little more direct to the pocket.
Here's Megan Graves with the 10-pin advantage. Megan, a little bit high.
We'll see if Brittany can make her adjustment. She's been highlight.
Pretty good ball, leaves the 4-pin.
Ball speed is key, and she throws it slow enough where the ball speed is going to be have more of an effect on where her break point is. The break point is where the ball comes out of its skid and begins its move towards the pins.
And a good cover.
Of course, you can change your break point by changing your speed.
Looking for the 7-pin. And a good cover. So Kirchhoff covers it up. And quickly up in the left or right-hand lane is Sam Platt. And that's another light hit and another bucket.
Sam projects the ball out onto the lane. She doesn't necessarily loft it up into the air, but she projects it out on the lane. She gets it out at least 3 to 4 feet over the foul line, and that delays the hook a little bit.
It's like they may need to make a move out.
Yeah, I think that was just a bad shot. It just looks like she lost it off her hand. Didn't have near the revolutions on the last one had. Tough spare here, Larry, and that's
good cover.
How to do it right there.
So they hang on to that slight lead. And now looking for the spare here. Just held on. So good cover by Porter.
All right, a chance for Lincoln East to take the lead with a strike here.
And a great ball. Clark again. Boy, she's been nailed so far.
Just gets that ball into its roll at the perfect time. Pins don't stand a chance.
So an 11-pin lead by Lincoln East.
Ball position there in her approach. Hand underneath the ball for maximum turn. Left-hand side of the lane is playing further towards the edge, towards the gutter. She's a little further to the left, out around the first arrow. And the right-handers are playing more towards the track, right there.
What a double. Big shot by Lincoln East. Sam Cosda. It's an important cover here by Sigler.
Jamie needs the spare to keep him in the game. Well covered. Well, Larry, I think a strike here by Lincoln East wraps it up for him.
Fisher again. Good shot, mixed them up, and they got it. They already have 180. The best that North Star can do is 160. 157, not now. So Lincoln East will take here this game number 2 and even the matchup at 1 apiece. What a solid game Fisher has.
Simple. Straight, compact. Haley Hall, more of a power player, I guess you'd call it. A lot more revolutions on the ball. More of a stronger release. Has its pluses and minuses. I think Haley, if I'm Haley, and I'm telling you right now, Haley is a better bowler than you and I are right now, and we've been around a long time. I might be looking for possibly an equipment change, maybe something that might hook a little more. She's throwing a urethane ball, or a reactive resin ball, but I'd be looking for something that might get into a roll a little sooner. A little stronger ball, we call it.
That looked pretty strong right there.
Looks like she's actually throwing an older style urethane ball there.
Yes, old Rhino Pro.
You bet.
So 183-154. Lincoln East takes game number 2, and we are all even at 1 apiece. Talked about how both of these teams got to this point. North Star knocked off Columbus and North Platte. Lincoln East got here with wins over Scottsbluff, Darien, and Grand Island in the second match of the semifinals. These two teams played earlier this year. North Star won it 14-7. That was back in December. But a tight match, and 2 quality high school teams.
These teams are on the ground floor of the development of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, and before that, they competed in high school tournaments all over and have just solid footing for the kids in Lincoln Public High School system. Great teams abound throughout the city. I think the key now for game number 3 is if someone can get out front early and just like that.
Good shot, Megan Graves.
Megan might be the catalyst to get a little rally going for Lincoln East girls. Another dinner bucket, Larry. This one's yours.
That's right. Chrissy Miller, the senior, who wants to be a vet someday, going to veterinary medicine, needs to hook, and it did.
Double here will put some serious pressure on North Star. It's got a hook. It's the break, kicks out the, could have been a potential 2-10 split.
Move outside, pays off. I don't know if she just looked a little further right or moved her feet right. Either way,
she
right
got
move.
a little further on the lane there. She got it down the lane a little further, which delayed the hook. A little more speed on that shot too. Good spare there.
Good cover. So all even through 2.
See if Kendra Porter here can regroup. She just made a poor shot the frame before. That looks better. Pulled it though a little bit. Now the Lady Spartans can come back and take the lead with a strike here. Looks a little right at target. A couple spares here, Larry, and we are just about even. Matter of fact, we are even. Cross lane with a plastic ball to cut down on the foot. Good idea.
And a good cover. And so Clark will try to do the same.
So I'm sorry, Larry, a little tougher for the right-hander going cross lane at the 2-5. Easy to chop one or the other.
Took a little bit, got it. She was hoping for the hook. Yep. And the deep breath on the way back.
Sigler now, the last couple frames, has been around the pocket, but not right flush in it. He's playing that outside line around the first arrow.
Holler at him hard. You saw it diving. So here's Sam Kazda.
Low maintenance right up that track area. Sam's throwing a couple of clutch strikes now. North Star needs to complete their frames by filling them in with spares, no opens. Good job there.
Good cover by Sigler. Now a chance for Fisher to double and take the lead. Just what you were talking about, Steve, here. An opportunity to put the pressure on.
Ball just got into its roll a little late. Made the move to the pocket, but didn't get a good strong roll on it, so it leaves the 10. Same ball for Haley Hall. No ball change.
Let's see. Haley continues to play that same part of the lane she was just at. Pretty good shot.
Not completely enamored with the equipment decision there. I mean, with just as great a fundamental game as she's got, with the strength she has, you put a stronger reactive resin in her ball, and it'd be like a ticking time bomb going down there. But she's comfortable with that ball, and she's been a stellar competitor in the girls division all year. So cross lane's going to have to skid.
So a couple of miscues there. Has it nearly even through 5. 87-86 North Star. Well, next weekend on NAT Sports, Nebraska's best swimmers and divers compete for high school boys and girls state titles and trophies. NAT brings you all the action from the NSAA Swimming and Diving Championships. Live from the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, you can watch the NSAA High School Swimming and Diving Championships next Saturday, 11 Central on NET1 and in high def on NET HD. Competition, by the way, will also be webcast live at netnebraska.org. NET is, of course, Nebraska's home for sports.
You're going to be doing the sideline reporting on the swimming in your swimsuit?
And I'll be up in the stands. And yes, in a short sleeve shirt and shorts. There's 20 pounds in there over the course of 5 hours. Comes up a little light, leaves the 2-8.
Both those shots, the ladies just lofted the ball a little too far out in the lane. It's not an exact science, but of course the faster you can, the quicker you can get the ball into your roll, better chance to stand and gain the ball up into the pocket.
Good cover, keeps it close and keeps the pressure on North Star.
Cross lane at the 2-8, double wood spare. Ball's got to take both the 2 and the 8 out, and it does.
Nice pickup by Chrissy Miller. Left-hand lane now. Here's Sam Platt. And she mixes them up. Again, Lincoln East just keeping the pressure on. Brittany Kirchhoff.
That's a good shot, Larry.
Good ball by Kirchhoff. Needs a break. Got it. Big break. That's a smile of relief right there.
As you said earlier, this lady's been nails so far, and that's right there too.
ball by Clark.
I do believe it looks to me like the right-hand lane, lane 28 here at Sun Valley Lanes, just seems to have a little more back end, a little more hook on the back end, maybe just a board or two than lane 27. Last time she played that line on 28, it was dead flush in the pocket. Comes up a little light on 27. She'll go cross lane at the 7. We've seen some trouble with this throughout the day, so straight and direct at it would be your best route, and she does. Smart move.
Good cover. Nice solid game by Shelby Clark. Shelby's also the basketball team manager for the boys team at Lincoln East.
She's been busy this winter.
You're not kidding. Porter, a little too much skid. Never really got into the roll.
Yeah, that was lofted a long ways down the lane. Didn't give that ball a chance to go into a roll.
Osden comes up just a bit heavy, leaves that 4-pin. An important shot here to keep it within single digits for Porter.
Ball needs to hook a lot.
So now a little bit of pressure on North Star in the 9th and 10th. Really need the first one in the 9th to get back into this. Hang on. Return the favor. So a strike here. Navigators could regain the lead with the double.
You bet. I was going to say one strike there gets them within 10. You've got a seasoned player here. If you need all 10 of them, this is one of your calls to go to.
Carry it, got it. What a carry.
Even though Haley Hall, their anchor bowler, has struggled a little bit today, if you want some money in the bank, you need to go with an option that you have a lot of faith in, and she's been their go-to gal all season. Let's see if Lincoln East can stave them off.
Good shot by Fisher, but doesn't get the carry. So now, all that weight less squarely on the shoulders of Haley Hall. Needs the double. Needs to skid.
Well, spare here at Lincoln East pretty much shows it up.
Yep.
Cross lane at the 7 through all the oil. It's got to get there. And that opens the door now for North Star. She looks back at her coach.
163, 48-6. She needs a spare and 5 pins to tie, 6 to win. So first, she must get the spare.
Sound like she lost it, Larry, on the downswing. Lost it on the downswing. Ball came off her hand very early, so.
Well, we talked about how loose these girls seemed early on, and boy, did it get tight at the end of that game.
Yes.
I mean, just some really very untypical kind of mistakes and errors that you saw late in that game from both of these teams.
Well, there's no, if you're any fan of bowling by watching these ladies, you see this is quality talent out here. But sometimes you just gotta loosen the collar a little bit and relax. And now with a 2-1 lead now for East, I'm going to try to get them going and get some early strikes to put the pressure back on North Star. East can wrap it up here with one more win.
So East now with the advantage. Won that last game 163 to 152. And North Star with back-to-back 150 games, so very uncharacteristic of their typical Baker's performance.
Lofted way out of the lane there.
Got a break, kicking out the 10.
Well, just don't think anybody's extremely comfortable out there. I think they're still just trying to relax and trying to find a comfort zone on the lanes. Right now it's spares, 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 spares. Do not give your opponent an opportunity to take the lead because of an error, a forced error.
Slid right by it.
Same pin now. Different team. Christina Miller. if she learned anything from that shot, she needs to go just about straight at it, and she's going to choose to hook it in there, and same result. A lot of condition here in the center part of that lane, and sometimes it almost acts like the ball's trying to go uphill against it. Need to go straight at it.
Great shot, wow. Great ball clutch shot by Sam Platt.
Gators here need a strike. Keep the momentum. Almost a 4-10 split.
Looking for another one, needs to climb the hill, leaves the washout.
I think you're definitely seeing some transition now finally. You have 9 right-handers on the pair and 1 left-hander. You're seeing some lane conditioner going down the lane in that track area, so gonna have to make some adjustments, go a little straighter at it. Wash out the 1-2-10, makeable. Certainly worth giving it a shot.
Good, solid roll, comes up a little light.
For a young lady that throws the ball very well, Kendra Porter here has got to be itching to get back into rhythm. She throws it very well. She hasn't had a lot of success the last couple of frames. Boy, we're seeing the lanes really tighten up, Larry.
There's a lot of skid there. Maybe if a move outside isn't in order.
Now it's going to have to be done. They're going to have to start moving their target and their feet to the right. An old bowling rule or an old bowling tutorial is, you know, miss right, move right, meaning you miss the pocket to the right, you want to move your feet and your target to the right to get a little more direct angle at your pocket. Miss left, move left. So if I'm Kendra Porter, I'm just going to maybe move 2 boards right with my feet, maybe 1 or 2 boards with my target. Give it a shot there.
Needs to get over there. Slid right by it. So 3 opens in the first 4 frames for East. As you get closer to that championship moment, things begin to tighten up. And East with a 2-1 lead, maybe feeling a bit of that right now. We haven't seen that from them all day. That's the shot we've been waiting to see from Hall.
And that was about a full arrow to the right. She moved. She was playing left of the second arrow around the 12th, 13th board, and that was outside the second arrow. So the move to the right makes a difference. Another shot. It's just right there. Advantage Jamie Sigler has is she's the only person on her side of the lane, Larry.
That's the advantage lefties usually have. I mean, it's like that's the long-standing complaint about left-handers in our sport.
It's like baseball pitchers, you know.
That's right.
They don't like playing lefties because you don't see a lot of them, but the ones you usually have to play against are either very, very good or.
But the advantage in bowling is even more pronounced.
Oh, sure. You got
because
it.
They don't have to move a whole lot.
Yep. Less wear and tear on that side of the lane.
That's right.
Hasn't been as pronounced now with synthetic lanes virtually being in every bowling center. Back in the old wood lane days when you would have an older wood surface, if the particular center didn't resurface very often, you'd really have a left-handed advantage sometimes because that side of the lane was just rarely used. And the wood lanes, of course, tracked up a lot faster. Synthetic lanes, not so much, but still with a lot of play on them, it's a definite advantage. She's lined up now, so
28-pin advantage right now for North Star, trying to come back and even this match at 2 apiece and send it to a deciding 5th. Here's Megan Graves.
And quietly today, Megan has been around the pocket, hasn't missed any spares. She's been solid for her team. Hasn't cost her team any pins. Cross lane with a different ball.
Got it. Saw a good cover.
Now that I put Megan on the spot, she needs to pick this up.
That's right.
And this is a version of the dinner bucket, the 2-4-5. Still a lot of ways to chop this. You want to try to go as straight as you can at it, which she does. Very well done. That's
Another
textbook.
solid pickup by Megan Graves. The Spartans just been very, very solid.
A little deeper line there. And that flush delays the hook for slow ball speed.
Sam Platt now on the right lane. Needs to hook. And it does. Gets the carry. So Platt answers with the strike. Still 31 down, though, with 3 frames left, and it's time for Lincoln East, if they're going to make a move, to make it now. Porter can really stem that tide with a double here. There's Brooklyn.
She's just got some, she's had some bad breaks, but she just hasn't gotten into a rhythm. You can just see on her face that she's just a little bit confused as to where to play in the lanes. Needs to relax and just you're marking that there. Shelby just flat out lost the ball there.
Yep. You can see her signal and it just dropped right off her hand.
Television lights. It is warm in here. It's not 40 below outside like it was last year here. It's actually a nice day here today, and warm in here.
And
sorry, go ahead. Television lights are making it heavy use of the rosin bags down there.
That's right. So for any chance, this is a must conversion for Lincoln East. Much better shot. And converts. So still a 31-pin advantage for North Star, and here's Hall.
She moved outside, a little bit further outside to the right last frame. That's out there again.
Much better shot by Hall. I like the decision by Bob Korn. Hall was struggling a little bit. He moved her into that 4th spot. Waiting for her to find her shot. She relaxed a little bit, found her shot. She's thrown back-to-back strikes.
That was a good shot. Looked like it was going to hold pocket there. It just dived at the last second. So, looks like we're going to go to 5 games. Strike here for North Star will ensure that. Outside line.
Good ball. Slaps it out of there. There's a little fire plug right there, huh?
It just throws the ball tremendous. Just this is a testament to the quality of youth bowling and high school bowling in Lincoln. I mean, this is just there's. If I'm a couple of NCAA Division I coaches, namely one about a mile and a quarter to the east of us here, I would be making sure that I'm keeping my eye on about 3 or 4 of these ladies here.
Yep.
They're bowling.
Well, what a great reaction. As Fisher, another solid shot and another solid 10-pin. You can see the frustration through the smile on her face.
She just raises her hands and says, "What do I have to do?" Well, just stay right there. If you're leaving solid 10s or solid 7s like that, I don't think it's a situation where you really need to worry about moving.
Great ball. Sigler closes it out. Bob Korn, the head coach of North Star, said he hasn't seen a more solid clutch player. He's never coached a more clutch player than Jamie Sigler. You saw why there. She steps up in the tip, buries 3, shoots 214, and they take the game.
Jamie Sigler's a sophomore.
That's right. Now, Sigler, Hall, Porter, all sophomores. This team's going to be tough to beat for a few years.
Yep. Just good chance here for the anchor bowler for Lincoln East to just relax, get her bearings, and as you saw, that ball finished a little sooner, made its move to the pocket, maybe a foot or so earlier than the last one. That allowed that 10 to carry. So they're not far off. They're not far off at all.
So 214-145 was the score there, and we are all even at 2 and headed to a 5th and deciding game for the state title. Sports Fans, NET brings you more high school championships than any other television network in the state this month and next. Don't miss the NSAA High School Swimming and Diving Championships. They come Boys Federation Championships, NSAA Girls and Boys Basketball Championships, all exclusively on NET. For more information, you can check it out. at nebraskanet.com.
All right, Game 5. This is where you drive for dough and putt for show, or vice versa, I guess that is. Oh, 9.5. Wow, just great shot. That's the way it goes. Got to pick that spare up now.
Megan Graves, first shot of the last game, crosses over, leaves the 310.
Really the first pretty errant shot she's thrown. She's just been, as I said earlier, quietly picking spares up and keeping the ball in play. Makeable spare, the baby split 310. Cross lane at the 10. That ball hung on her thumb. It's got to get there.
Good cover. So a nice shot by Chrissy Miller. And the Navigators take the early lead. Trying to answer will be Megan Graves. East Spartans were district champs this year for the first time ever, and looking for their first ever state championship. And what a clutch shot by Megan Graves.
That's why she's in the leadoff spot, Larry. Give your team a spark.
Speaking of been here before, back in 2007, the Navigators won state. They were runner-up in 06 and 09, so this is their 4th appearance in the state finals. And
Lofted.
for Lincoln East, leaves a 3-9. For Lincoln East, Brad Jakubowski has really changed the culture of this East High girls program. First trip into the finals, looking for the state title. Good cover. There's a tough conversion here. Needs to hook, needs to hook.
The last second instruction there. Bob Corum to Kendra Porter.
You saw the smile before she took off on the approach. Good solid shot, crosses over. All right, she'll take it. So now Shelby Clark needs to answer. And Clark avoids the 7-10.
Shelby's trying to slow herself down just a little bit. It seemed like her approach there almost looked interrupted a little. I think she was trying to stay slow.
Hall looking for the double. Got it. What a shot.
I think somebody's lined up now.
That is a tough combination when you get Hall and Sigler going.
Need this spare, Larry. Oh.
Ooh, just slides by. So back-to-back opens for the Lincoln East girls.
Handing North Star a 30-pin lead with a strike here. It goes to 53.
Sigler looking to make it 3 in a row. Straight up the boards. Got it.
She caught a little bit of a break there. She pulled that shot. That was about 3 boards right of her target inside, but the heavy oil helped the ball stay on line.
Needs to carry. Get it. Got it. What a shot. And then a little dust to the shoulder for good measure.
That was gigantic for East. Otherwise, they're down by more than 60. Now they need their anchor bowler now to give them a double. That's pulled left.
It's a skid or cross. It did. Got the break. Lincoln East back-to-back breaks. And they'll try to take advantage of it as they switch lanes for the final 5 frames of this Class A Girls State Championship. North Star in command, on top by 33. Both teams working on a double as we head to the 6th frame.
It's crowded and loud in here. Great atmosphere, Larry. Great atmosphere.
Reminder, you can log on to facebook.com/NET Sports and become a fan. Leave some questions, comments, and see what happens behind the scenes. Plus, follow what's coming up next on NET Sports. And I'll tell you what's next is 4 in a row for the North Stars.
We got the ham bone signs out in the crowd now.
Ham bone, huh?
You know, I didn't really know what that meant until the PBA went to ESPN.
I know it. And I'm not sure it's
Didn't know
still
there was such a thing.
official bowling term.
I think it's a Randy Peterson term. Tough spare now for East. They got to convert. If this is a strike, it's going to. I was going to say that was going to really put the nails into Lincoln East, but still a chance. 63-pin deficit, but it starts with a spare here for East's leadoff bowler.
And not an easy conversion here.
She's very straight. Needs to go straight at it. And
a good cover.
She's just been
very solid. Yeah.
I don't think she's had an error in the 5 games now. So that's just a great job by their leadoff bowler, Megan.
Here's Brittany Kirchhoff.
Slow speed.
Kirchhoff credits Bob Quorum and Mike Sigelman for her outstanding bowling. They both work with her. Of course, Micah runs the pro shop here at Sun Valley Lanes.
Lofted and pulled. Will it hold pocket? It does, but just that extra loft, that extra jump out on the lane caused that ball to skid and just couldn't get into its roll for a chance to carry the 10. This could be a state championship shot here for North Star.
Wow! Porter comes through with the big ball. And following that up, you've got Hall and Sigler.
Yeah, I don't, and that's an open frame there. Well, the tail of the tape is now is that North Star can pretty much just stay error-free. They're going to win their state championship for Class A.
And with
that's pulled left,
no
Larry.
Pressure, sits, nope, right through the nose.
Just going to say error-free, and that ball was immediately left off her hand. So Lincoln East lives to see another day, but now it needs a strike.
Almost needs to go off the sheet here for. Off the sheet for a 201 is the best they could have. Got the carry there.
It's just going to be.
Messenger comes across.
Reminiscent of, I forget which match it was last year, where there was just some amazing carrying shots that ended up winning state championship. Needs 2 pins now. No need to try to pick this split up.
Right decision there by Hall. That's a 94 now. So 8 pins will shut East High out unless East High doesn't strike here, which they didn't, and that'll do it. So that will close it out. And everybody looking up trying to do the math. The math is a state championship for Lincoln North Star.
Girls in North Star have figured it out. They're just being quiet and respective of Lincoln East as they finish out, but that was entertaining to watch, Larry. That's just some great bowling. That's as good as lady talent on the ladies' side as I've seen in the years we've been doing this. All bunched into one match. We've seen a lot of great lady bowlers over time, but that's for a collection of 10 young ladies bowling. This is pretty good stuff. Oh, look at that shot! Wow.
So Jay will step up. Sigler to close it out for the state championship for the Navigators from North Star. Oh! How does that stand out? What a shot.
Yeah, well.
Oh, good cover by Fisher. Very impressed with Fisher's game. Very impressed with Amy Fisher. She has a 4.3 GPA. Was the state singles champion. 7th at state. First 3 years in high school. And closing it out of the state finals.
Throws the ball very well. Let's do all of these ladies. Good testament to coaching. Watchers see the North Star ladies begin their celebration. Some tears of joy. I'm sorry, tears of joy and tears of sadness, but boy, it was just great bowling.
Congratulations to both of these teams, Lincoln East on a terrific season and making it here to the state championship. And congratulations to the North Star Navigators, the 2011 state champions for the second time in program history. They won it back in 07, they win it again in 2011, and congratulatory handshakes to their good friends from Lincoln East. You saw the handshakes and pats on the back. It's a competitive but friendly rivalry between these two schools. And the Navigators take home the state championship.
Well, as I said, if I'm a Division I NCAA ladies coach in bowling, I would I'd be setting up the in-home visits they allow you as many as the recruiting rules allow, because there's some great talent here on the lanes.
Well, congratulations to the Navigators. The North Star girls are state champs in Class A. We'll be back and talk to the champs and have the trophy presentations when we come back on NET.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
When will you look deep into space? When will you travel back in time? When will you experience the power of red? When? Anytime. Online at video.netnebraska.org. Search, select, and share with the NET Video Player. Watch our shows on your schedule.
I remember distinctly the last time I saw him. Broken Tail came walking directly towards me, and he looked as good as he had ever looked. And then I turned to look back. Something happened after that. We don't know what. Broken Tail was gone.
Tonight at 7 Central Time on NET1.
And welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska for the awards presentation. North Star, your girls Class A state champs. Congratulations to the Navigators. And with two champs, let's go to Steve Simpek.
I'm sorry, Bob, a little technical difficulties there. Congratulations. Last state championship was in 2007. This year you do it with a team loaded with young talent like this young lady, Jamie Sigler.
Yep, absolutely. We got 3 really strong sophomores that are in our starting lineup, and they do a fantastic job.
Jamie, the only lefty out there, did you like having all that room on your side of the lane? I mean, room where you didn't have to worry about anybody else out there playing around with your line. I mean, you just threw great shots there once you got adjusted.
Yeah, I love having the left side just to myself. And I don't know, I'm just there for the team to help them out.
That's great. You're nice and hoarse from all the cheering you gals have done. And you threw great shots and all that. And what do you think about having such a young team? You got so many young other teammates in your team, sophomores and such?
I love having such a young team. That way we can go up to my senior year all together. We don't have to lose that many singly. Like today we lose 2 seniors. It's nice to have a young team so we can all go there together.
Well, if their talent's any indication, Larry, they're going to have a dominating team for at least 2 or 3 more years. Congratulations, Bob, and the Lincoln North Star Navigators. Congratulations, Jamie. Larry, back to you, pal.
Certainly congratulations, and the future is definitely bright at North Star. 3 sophomores who shine in that program and winning a state championship. So now for the trophy presentation, let's go to our public address announcer, Greg Porchy.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for our 2 finalists? And now for our awards presentation, your Class A
A girls runner-up, the Lincoln East Spartans. Spartans are coached by assistant coach Shane Clark and head coach Brad Jacobowski. Sarah Clark. Mackenzie London. Amy Fisher. Shelby Clark. Samantha Kazda. Megan Graves. And Samantha Platt. And here's your runner-up trophy. Congratulations to the Lincoln East Spartans, your Class A runner-ups. Now, here's your 2010-2011 Class A Girls Champions, the Lincoln North Star Navigators. The Navigators are coached by Vicki Corum and Bob Corum. Casey King. Stephanie Mundorf. Jamie Sigler. Kendra Porter. Brittany Kirchhoff. Haley Hall. And Chrissy Miller. Ladies, here's your championship trophy. Once again, I'd like to congratulate the 2010-2011 Lincoln North Star Navigators, your Class A champions.
So congratulations once again to the Lincoln North Star Navigators, the girls winning the state championship, their second state championship in program history. So the Class A girls are in the books. We have crowned 3 state champions today. Coming up next in Class C, we'll crown our final state champ of the day. That's coming up next on NET Sports.
I don't take it. No, okay.
Driving isn't worth your full attention.
What is?
A safety reminder from your Nebraska Department of Roads.
Hello, I'm Jeff Beckman. If you enjoy sports action on NET and if you want to see this excitement continue for many generations, consider making a gift to the NET Endowment Fund. NET is Nebraska sports, and your gift makes that possible.
Welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. We have crowned 3 state champions, another on the way. We want to remind you that you can preserve all of these state championship memories by ordering a DVD of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation Championships. For your copy, log on to www.nhsbf.com, follow the links, and preserve your state championship memories for a lifetime. So 3 crowned, 1 yet to go, and that will be in Class C. A couple of combatants in Class C. It'll be Plainview taking on Norfolk Catholic. Let's start off with a look at the Plainview Pirates of head coach Mike Holton. A senior-laden team with a couple of freshmen, Riley Alexander, Heather Holton, Carissa Newhouse, Nicole Sorensen, Neela Campbell, and then the 2 freshmen, Brianna Huffert and Laredo Stacken. That's a look at the Plainview Pirates. Now for the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Rick Gray is the head coach. Beth Reed, she's a freshman. Ashley Chrismore. Dara Gentrup is a senior. Emily Tomjack, Hannah Baldacci is a freshman. Jenna McClary is a junior, and Mila Gray is a freshman on the Rick Gray-led Norfolk Catholic Knights. So those are a look at the rosters. It will be Norfolk Catholic taking on Plainview when we come back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska for the Class C Girls State Championship. Stay with us. Which one?
Brought to you in part by the Ellen and Marcia Bear Foundation and by the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, encouraging high schools to sanction the sport of bowling across Nebraska.
Well, the consumer is demanding food safety, and that's one reason that we've all got the attitude we do of raising the food in the United States to keep a safe food chain for our consumer, because we never want to lose that consumer as our buyer of our product.
Nebraska soybean farmers and the Soybean Checkoff support the Nebraska poultry and livestock producers as our farming neighbors and soybean meal customers.
Power Drive electric car program gives high school students a hands-on way to apply studies, learn about electricity and energy efficiency, and develop skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. Nebraska Public Power District encourages students and teachers to get involved. Schools have the power to make it happen. For information on Power Drive, visit oppd.com or nppd.com.
This is NET1 and NET HD.
The first item on today's agenda.
The Nebraska legislature is back in session, and you can see live gavel-to-gavel coverage on NET2 or by logging on to netnebraska.org/capital. Plus, listen weekdays to NET Radio for in-depth reports on what's making news in the Nebraska legislature. Reaching more people with more choices, watch, listen, or log on to NET and be more informed.
Our final state championship of the morning will be handed out in Class C along with Steve Simpek. I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us all morning here on NET as we bring you the state high school championships in bowling on the girls' side. Also, sports fans, don't forget NET brings you more high school championships than any other television network in the state this month and next. You won't want to miss NSAA High School Swimming and Diving, Boys Bowling Federation Championships, the NSAA Girls and Boys Basketball Championships. They come exclusively to NET. For more information on dates, times, and available webcasts, log on to netnebraska.org/sports. So ready to get underway here in Class C. Norfolk Catholic, the Knights taking on the Pirates of Plainview. And as much as a competition, this may be a love fest between these two teams. They know each other very well, both from Northeast Nebraska. One player, Ashley Chrismore for Norfolk Catholic, said, "Plainview, they're truly great and kind girls, and we're so excited that we're going against them." On the other team, Heather Holton said, Heather said it? Yeah, they're not rivals. They are our friends. This should be fun.
Do you think that's going to really matter in the 10th frame of the 5th game when someone's got a strike?
Well, I don't think they're going to trip each other.
That's in the commercials they do that. You know, they got to be able to play some defense in bowling, but Now, a lot of the schools, especially in our smaller classes, C and D, are very familiar with a lot of these kids will play each other in different sports, too.
So Riley Alexander starts it off with Plainview with a spare, the senior. And now up on the right lane is Mila Gray. Mila, coach's kid. Good run at that spare for Mila.
Norfolk Catholic's one of our newer programs. I do believe this is their 3rd year of having high school bowling at the school. That's really helped solidify the northeast Nebraska area. They bowl out of Kings Lanes in Norfolk.
Yep. And a great school with a long-standing athletic tradition is Norfolk Catholic, so terrific to have them as part of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. Here's Jenna McCleary. McCleary averages 171. She, obviously, we are back now to Class C. Of course, we've come off Class B and Class A, so just to remind everyone again, in Class C, we have 4 bowlers, so you typically put your best bowler at number 2. Your second best bowler would be at 1, because those 2 bowlers will actually bowl 3 times during the Baker format, as opposed to Class A and B, where they have 5 and they each bowl twice.
Little different strategy, but it makes it more important that you have someone in those spots that can strike and spare when necessary.
Oh, Jenna McCleary with the first mark of the game for the Knights of Norfolk Catholic. Carissa Newhouse didn't quite get it back.
Well, you know, first time on television, right out of the gate, game number 1. I would assume there's a little bit of nerves there, as we see probably a little bit of nerves there also for
Emily Tomjack. Looks like maybe she lost the ball a little bit.
Well, she may have lost on the ball. She does not lose in the grades, 3.98 GPA, and that's a very proud moment for most of these athletes we have seen on boys and girls telecasts here in the past. Is we've got some great students academically along with athletically.
Much better shot there for Newhouse. And here's Tomjack trying to answer with a spare. A little too much there. So up on the left lane for the Plainview Pirates, Nicole Sorensen. Nicole is a senior, averages 138. Nicole, nice high finish, has kind of that backup ball, trips the 10-pin out of there, and a strike for Nicole Sorensen. Needs to get up a little bit. Not a bad looking shot
Good
by
shot.
Beth Reed. Yeah,
Yes.
Beth Reed, good looking player.
At the track area of the lane.
Comes in a little high for Riley Alexander. Coach says she's the goofball. His words, not mine. Riley, your coach said that, not me.
All letters need to go to the coach.
That's right.
Not to NET.
Good spare conversion by Beth Reed. So Riley now to convert. See Riley wearing that black Under Armour. She says she always has to wear that any event. That's her superstition. Treats her well and did there as well. So back up on the right lane now is Mila Gray. Mila Gray very improved this year, according to her father and head coach. A nice shot there by Gray. Just came up a little weak, left a 10-pin.
It's been a while since you've been in high school, Larry, and even longer for me. And I remember the different sports and activities I was in back in those days. Yes, we did have electricity, but looking at these girls' bio sheets, very, very active in all sorts of different things, especially academically. Mock trial, yearbook, French club, just a lot of different activities. So it's great to give the girls and the boys of the state of Nebraska another sports outlet, another sports offering that we can bring to them through high school bowling.
So as you've seen throughout this morning in Baker play, they switch lanes after 5 frames. So you will bowl 5 frames on one lane, 5 on the other, and back up now on the right lane is Heather Holton. Holton comes up just a bit light. Holton, a senior, averages 149, coach's daughter. So we have a couple of coaches' kids here bowling today. That comes up a little bit high. And now Holton. Slid a little left on her. Jenna McCleary now for Norfolk Catholic.
Good strong release there. Good fundamental game. That's very good. Good basic fundamentals. Just needs to relax and hit her target.
Carissa Newhouse and a little light. Leaves the 1-2-8-9. Now up on the left lane, Emily Tomjack.
Emily gets the early release there.
Gets the 10-pin out, leaves the 5.
Doesn't seem like that's bothering her any. That's part of her game.
So Plainview on top early by 16 pins, needing a conversion here. And doesn't get it. So back-to-back opens after a 28-pin lead has really cut into it, and a spare here would knock that lead down to about 5 pins. Important spare here for Tomjack. Hang on. Just slid by. So the lead at 16 for Plainview. Sorensen up now. She's one of these young ladies you're talking about, is right up the middle of the lanes. She's involved in golf, 4-H, FCA, FFA, National Honor Society, dance team.
I'm sure mom and dad are thrilled about hauling her all over to all of her different activities.
He says
she's probably old enough to drive now.
That's certainly the hope, right?
Oh, yeah. I tell you. Been there, done that 5 times.
Good shot by Beth Reed of Norfolk Catholic. And now an important spare after that strike by the Knights. Needs to hang on and just slides by the 6-pin and takes that 10 off of it. So things tightening up here. A strike here, they take the lead. Otherwise, they're down by 5. Well, that's not an easy conversion. The 1-3-5.
It's going to take a little time here to get everybody settled in.
Riley with the shot.
Good fundamental game there, Larry. Just to the left target, but straight arm swing, nice and straight. Just everybody's just a little scared, I think, to throw a gutter ball on television, so they're keeping it more towards the middle of the lane. Sometimes a little too close to the middle. That's a better shot.
Needs to hang on. Nope. Leaves the 5. So 113 in the 9th, and a spare conversion here would give Plainview a commanding lead here with just 1 frame left. A miss here, though, could keep it very close. That's a nice shot. Ooh, chopped the 1 off the 3. So it's still anybody's battle here. 5-pin advantage by Plainview heading into the 10th. Jenna McCleary.
Say a strike here would go a long ways towards sewing up the.
What a shot.
Game number 1.
That tightens it up. So now Heather Holton needs to answer. Holton says she's got a lot of clutch in her.
Needs a strike.
Almost. That's the 5. So here's where it is clutch, because a strike here, and Norfolk Catholic takes game number 1. What a shot.
Oh, my.
Ooh. Terrific shot. So now Plainview must convert here. a must spare here for Holton.
Oh, looks like she lost
Hang
on the
on.
downswing.
She got it. Woo.
Wow.
She
Came
was-
off the hand awful fast.
Yes, it
there.
did.
She's going to need 6 pins on her fill ball to take the first game for Plainview. Check that.
Now
Only
5
5 now.
Yep. All right, so 5 pins, and Plainview takes game number 1. Right down the middle, and that ought to do it. There it is, 9 on the count. 138, 132, make it 137, 132. And Plainview takes game number 1. These two teams battled earlier this year, back on December 7th. Norfolk Catholic won that 12-7. I'm sorry, make it January 2nd. Just about a month and a half ago, they played each other. Norfolk Catholic won it 12-7 in a close battle. Plainview out quick here, though, in game number 1. It takes a 1-0 lead over Norfolk Catholic. Norfolk Catholic being in this state championship match for the first time. We're obviously a lot of people in Northeast Nebraska tuning in, a lot of Knight fans to watch. I want to remind all of you that we've got a great athletic director up there in Mr. Beller, and nobody would be a stronger proponent of high school bowling at the NSAA level than Jeff Beller.
We appreciate his help and all the other athletic directors that have been so supportive. Every year we pick up a few more and a few more. It's just an education process for everybody when it comes to how to get this passed. And not to get into a lengthy discussion, but the legislative process for getting this passed in Nebraska, and I don't mean the legislature, but the legislative process the NSAA uses is a tedious process. It's a lot tougher in Nebraska than it is other states to introduce new events and new bowling and this and that. So we would just have to keep educating as we go.
Yep.
Plainview girls keeping their lead alive. 5 in the 9, and just a touch. Cross lane now at the 9 pin.
Had a good cover. A little bit of a walk by McCleary. Not a bad shot. Hang on. Ooh. Well, I didn't expect that leave off of what looked to be clearly on the Brooklyn side.
Carissa missed to the right the last couple times up, so just a little bit of an over adjustment. Norfolk can take the lead with a strike here.
Good ball by Tom Jack. Ooh, good run. Well, Sorensen, Newhouse. A nice run there at it. Gets 2 of the 3 remaining. It's all even at 28 in the 3rd. This spare would give Norfolk Catholic the lead, and it does. So up on the right lane now, Nicole Sorensen. Sorensen is right around the pocket. Very consistent with that, what we would consider a backup ball.
Keeps the ball in play. Not picking on the girls here, but it's not uncommon to see a lot of ladies use the reverse hook.
Yep. Beth Reed, that's 2 strikes for Reed, and she's on fire for the Knights.
Plainview does not want to slip behind. Any further behind, I should say. Now they're another strike here from Norfolk Catholic, giving a 30-pin plus lead. Strike working in the 4th. Good shot, Larry.
Boy, nice roll. Great ball. Mila Gray, just a freshman, averaging 150. Bright future ahead of her. Actually, three very good, two starting freshmen in this Norfolk Catholic lineup. Beth Reed, who you saw throw the first strike, Mila Gray, who threw the second, both will be around for a while. So as they switch sides, you see the score there with Norfolk Catholic working on a double. Once again, we should take this opportunity to say congratulations on another outstanding job to Mr. John Lucido and his staff here at Sun Valley Lanes, who once again have put together a terrific day of high school bowling. This, as we said, our fourth championship of the day, but the work they do here in transforming this bowling center, or at least this end of the bowling center, into an arena-style finals, really all for these high school kids. It's just yeoman's work, and they do a terrific job here.
The details and the follow-up that a lot of people don't see, how well these teams are taken care of for their entire visit here to Lincoln for the entire weekend. And taking out all the equipment that has to be removed to put in the bleachers, right, and the drapery and the different setting to make the arena functional to be viewed on television is a lot. There's the Messiah right there, John Lucido. Great job by John, and in addition to running a very busy bowling center and volunteering for Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, he's just...
That's John right there?
That's him
I didn't realize he didn't have any hair.
Well, you know, we are hoping the folks in the truck outside will edit in something for him to give him a little bit of hair, but I think that's by choice. John is nationally known now throughout the United States, not only for just being a great bowling center operator, but this being the only televised state finals for high school bowling anywhere in America.
Right.
20-plus states already have varsity bowling. I mean, this is the model right here. Mm-hmm. And John and the Lincoln North Star boys coach, Dwayne DeMode, were really the architects that got it going off the gate, and then it's just continued to be a great setting here. Well, the Plainview ladies, after winning match number 1, are beginning to lag a little bit. The strike working in the 7th going to slicing the Norfolk's lead.
So an important ball here for Nicole Sorensen. Nicole with a strike working, needs this double as they're down by 30. Can she mix it? She does. Big shot. Now can they answer? Up on the right lane is Beth Reed, who has back-to-back strikes in both of her shots. Needed it to keep working up. It did, but doesn't quite get the 2 out of there. So now in that left-hand lane, Riley Alexander looking for 3 in a row. Not a bad shot, needs to set.
Close match like this, Riley needs to go after the 2 pins on the left, the 4 and the 7. Take the count. It's going to be impossible nearly to pick that up. This match close enough where those 2 pins could come back in the 10th frame to be your ally. She'll go cross lane at the 4 and the 7. Right at him.
What a shot! Oh! Almost got it. What a run by Riley Alexander. So now clearly in control is Norfolk Catholic. 131 plus whatever count she gets here in the 9th frame will all be added into the 8th.
Strike here will pretty much seal it, but back it swings the other way. Still a pretty comfortable lead for Norfolk Catholic. Plainview will have to double in the 10th here, the first 2 balls in the 10th, to have any chance to win game number 2.
So Heather Holton comes in a little light, leaves the 2-4-5. So now really it's just about good count for Norfolk Catholic, and they can walk away with the win here. 2 pins here. So 146 now. The best that Plainview can have is 147. So 1 pin is all Norfolk Catholic needs in the 10th, and that's provided that Holton can spare and strike. And there's the spare. So one pin here ought to do it. She'll do a few better than that.
That's just a great example of a simple game and a nice, clean release. And Jenna McCleary just really does a great job. High game of 265, high series of 620. She was the singles champion for Class C. We award singles medalists just like in golf and track and field, even though we are a team competition. Another great shot. Oh, just a little firm there, maybe. Didn't get the ball a chance to finish.
He's going to sub in and give someone else an opportunity to make a shot here. Coach Gray, this will be Ashley Chrismore. Ashley, a junior, averages 146. And Ashley's the one who told us they are truly happy to be bowling against Plainview because they're all great and kind girls, is what she said. And she's thinking, Coach, thanks for putting me in that spot. I was kind of in a no-win situation there.
That's how it usually is in a situation like that.
That's right. Did you want me to pick that up, or?
Chance to get off the bench and get loose in case she's needed.
164, 144. So Norfolk Catholic wins game number 2, and we're all even now at 1 apiece. It's 1-1 as we head to game number 3 in this best of 5 girls Class C state championship. Riley Alexander again. Passes over and almost threw it at the 10 as well. Got the 6 out of there.
Big grin on Riley's face. There's the assistant coach for the Plainview Pirates, Dave Korth, standing in the back there behind his team. Dave's the owner of D&K Lanes in Plainview, Nebraska, right on the corner in downtown there. A quaint little bowling center. Made a couple of pit stops there coming back from various family trips, and the course are just great people, and it's a true mom and pop bowling alley. And you know, the treatment you get in there, just the cozy atmosphere, 6 lanes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're a staple of their community. They're a lot of times the bowling center in the community is just the place to be. I used to tell people when we had our smaller center that if anybody was lost or needed a jump start or needed to use the phone or the bathroom, they ended up usually trying to find the bowling alley because it was always open. So, of course, do a great job, and they've had plenty of state championship appearances, Larry, both for boys and girls.
Total of 6 on the girls' side.
Mm-hmm.
5 runner-ups and 1 state champion on the girls' side.
Well, that's got to be nearly every year because I do believe, looking at the banners here, this looks like this is our 8th.
Right.
Since the High School Bowling Federation's been formed, so.
And Mike might have been, or I'm sorry, Dave might have been 6 overall on the boys and girls side.
I do believe so.
Yep.
Yeah, they've had plenty of boys teams up here too. It's done very well. Another good shot there by Jenna McCleary. Just
had a good look on our camera too at the banners that hang around the arena. Just another great example of the outstanding things they do here at Sun Valley Lanes to honor these kids and the former champions. All of the banners from previous state championships hung around the arena. Good cover, nice spare there by Jenna McCleary. So here's Carissa Newhouse. Hang on.
not the easiest spare. I would rather try and get a strike. The 1, 3, 8, and 10. It's going to be difficult, and that just came off of Emily Tomjack's hand too fast that time. She's been getting out of it quickly anyway, but that one could be a perspiration issue possibly. It's warm in here today, and to make sure your grip on the bowling ball is secure. You want the thumb to come out first, Larry, but not that fast.
So the first open of game number 1 for Plainview. And now here on the right lane, Emily Tomjack will try to even it back up. Needs to hook a little bit, get a break, and she did.
Tomjack's a good athletic name. I think there's been Tomjacks that have played football at the University of Nebraska and coming out of the northeast part of Nebraska.
Another good shot by Sorensen.
Beth Reed threw a clutch strike earlier to get the team back on track, and that's in the neighborhood there, Larry.
Ooh, good ball. So a good shot by Reed. Leaves the ringing 10. Early 4-pin advantage for Plainview here in game number 3. That needs to hang on. Falls just off the edge. An opportunity here to regain the lead for Norfolk Catholic.
Need a cross lane spare here, and it's well done.
Boy, good shot.
Not easy.
Not at all. So the way the state high school championships function is 8 teams qualify for the state finals, which are held yesterday at various sites throughout the capital city. Those 8 teams come down here and bowl. They have what are called 4 qualifying games. After those 4 qualifying games, they're seeded 1 through 8. And then they go into a bracketed final where the winner advances in a best-of-5 Baker format. So 1 will play 8, 2, 7, and so on. And the top seed was Ravenna. Ravenna won its first match yesterday against Donovan and then was knocked off by Plainview. So Plainview was the number 4 overall seed, but I have a suspicion that all of that experience and being down here before can really be beneficial in those best-of-5 kind of pressure-packed situations. And so that's how Plainview made it to the finals. Norfolk Catholic overall was the number 2 seed, just behind Ravenna. Norfolk Catholic knocked off Shadron 3-2 and knocked off Burwell Ord 3-2. And of course, 3-2. Burwell Ord is a perennial team down here at state.
The Boas.
Boas. Burwell Ord Arcadia at one point. They wore those pink uniforms.
They were the hit of the tournament a couple years ago. If I do remember right, I think that year they were boys and girls champions, if I remember correctly. That might have been 08.
So the takeaway from all of that is that Norfolk Catholic, which got here by winning 2 5-game Baker series, not afraid to go deep into the match before they win it. They've done it in back-to-back matches. And of course, it's 1-1 right now. Chops one off of it.
Well, right now, the difference in the match right now is the gutter ball was thrown on the 3rd frame by Norfolk Catholic. On the spare is all the count that is keeping them behind. But now they will inch back into the lead as they have a spare working in the 6th. So they're going to, based on count here in the next frame, they'll have a slim lead. So tight again.
So that slides just to the right. Chris Newhouse will try to pick that up, and here on the left lane. Is that Hannah Balducci?
Yes.
First look at Hannah Balducci. And Balducci, a freshman.
Once again, in Baker-style bowling, our format today, substitutions are allowed. Typically you carry 7 bowlers on your team. Substitute out inside the Baker game.
So, Baldacci, who has a 3.7 GPA, entering the game for the first time. She will try to pick up this 6-10 spare. And very nice job by the freshman. So another freshman you're getting a look at for Norfolk Catholic. How's this team going to be for a few years, Steve?
Yes. It's just amazing how many schools are coming out, and initially it takes a little time to build your program. Might start with some slim numbers, but even in these Class C and Class D schools, we're seeing enough where most of these schools have junior varsity teams also that compete. It's more of an informal competition, but we do get them all together for a state championship that we hold after this. So, the underclassmen are cutting their teeth in varsity play.
Another good shot there by Beth Reed.
It's got a hook.
And it trips out the 5. But leaves the 7, so a little bit of work left for Riley Alexander.
If you watch the Plainview girls as they come back, after each shot, they're focusing on their 2 coaches, Rick Gray and Dave Korth. I need to see if there's any words of wisdom, maybe something they can do to adjust. Plainview needs a spare right now.
We're going to look at what a bowler sees right there as they gaze down the lanes here at the arena finals at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, and a nice conversion there by Alexander. So a tight finish here, but it looks like Norfolk Catholic with a lead that with a couple of marks they should be able to hold on and take a 2-1 advantage.
Need to stay clean pretty much. No open frames. They should be in good shape. A potential 146 for Plainview. If they go strike spare, it'll be 136. And right now, all Norfolk Catholic needs to do is cover this spare, and they should be in good shape. Take that 2-1 lead. It's going to be left of the head pin. But
one more. Nope. So perfectly legal for pins to come out of the pit. If any of the pins come out of the pit, it's considered in play. The ball, of course, cannot come out of the pit or out of the gutter to knock down any pins. If it is, it's considered a dead ball. Very lively pin action here at Sun Valley Lanes. So that spare is all that Mila Gray needed, and Jenna McCleary, or Mila Gray picked up the spare. This is Jenna McCleary now in the lane. But
that's enough right there.
That is it. So Norfolk Catholic with the win, and they go on top 2 games to 1. Let's take a look at these singles championships that were held earlier yesterday. That singles competition going on at the same time as the team competition. And so you can see that Norfolk Catholic did quite well in the team competition. Beth Reed, who you've seen here today for a couple of strikes and just a freshman, shot .528. And Jenna McCleary, a junior, shot .502 to finish second. So your girls Class C singles champion was Beth Reed. Second, Jenna McCleary. Tori Deathlifs of Ravenna and Sydney Gray of Ravenna finishing third and fourth. And of course, Ravenna was the #1 seed overall coming in and was knocked out of the competition by Plainview.
Substitution here, Larry, for Norfolk Catholic.
Dara Gentrup. So here's a look at Dara, the senior, averages 132. And Dara, that's a pressure situation to be in, coming off the bench and go throw a shot.
Big smile from everybody. It's all right. Hey,
absolutely.
She got on television, Mom and Dad. That's what's part of the great fun here at the state championships.
And next time she's in that situation, she'll probably throw a much better shot.
Could see her later on.
That's right.
You never know.
So 158-135 was the final of game number 3, and Norfolk Catholic now leading it 2 games to 1 after losing the first game 137-132, a game in which it looked like they had won. If you remember, late in that game, they had back-to-back opens, Norfolk Catholic did, and probably should have won that game number 1, and because of that missed single pin late, ended up losing the game. So 7-pin spins around after a very nice shot by Gray. Riley now will start it off for Plainview in a must-win game as Riley takes a deep breath for a nice fundamental shot. Needs to cross over and carries. So Riley gives the Pirates a good start here in game number 4. That's the kind of start you want to get your team going. And a nice answer by Jenna McCleary.
Well, the Norfolk Catholic girls are just keeping the ball in play, trying to eliminate the amount of mistakes they make and keep themselves right in the game. Possible break there, but nope.
Of course, now McCleary bowling. That was Mila Gray. Gray who picked up the spare. Here's McCleary. McCleary, your 2011 district singles champion. And McCleary finished second in state singles. Her teammate Beth Reed finished first in the state singles.
Good look there of how to target on the approach. Eyes on the, or excuse me, not on the approach, but on the lane finders. Heather Holton there using the arrows on the lane to prove her accuracy to go straight at that spare. That puts Plainview back in the lead, Larry. How about that?
Look at that. Laredo Stacken coming off the bench. And Laredo, the freshman, throws up a strike for Plainview. Good answer for the Pirates.
That's our first foul of the day. Cannot go over the foul line, obviously, the black line there, and it's a matter, it isn't if you go over, if you touch the foul line right there, all you have to do is touch it, and the automatic foul detectors go off. It's a dead ball. You get or that's not a dead ball, it's a 0 is what it is.
Sorensen with another shot. That's a big double. Well, I think these two teams, they've told us at the top, they were glad to be playing each other. They respect and like each other. They play each other frequently up in Northeast Nebraska, see each other a lot. I think they're trying to make this a very friendly game, Steve.
Well,
let it go 5. We'll share the first 2, and then may the best team win.
Okay. I think by that time, Larry, each team's going to want to win it badly. I doubt we're going to see any unsportsmanlike things, but it's human nature to want to win that trophy. Another good shot. Just broke a little too much at the end there to leave the 4 and the 10 as a split.
But still early, a 32-pin lead by Plainview. Beth Reed trying to answer, and she does. That was a big shot there for Norfolk Catholic. They can throw another one on top of that. They'll be right back in it.
If you're Plainview, you just want to go across lane and get the 1 pin. Riley just trying to get the 4. That's well done. We've seen plenty of boys and girls matches where that 1 pin is all that you need. Makes all the difference.
So here's Mila Gray. An important shot here. Comes in a little high, but still.
Mila just
spare.
Trying to get that ball up to the head pin and give it a little too much of a pull and a tug, and it went high on the head pin, leaving the 3 and the 6. She'll go cross lane. It's well done.
Saw a nice cover, so as we flip it, it's a 20-pin advantage for Plainview. Time to tell you, next weekend on NAT Sports, Nebraska's best swimmers and divers will compete for high school boys and girls state titles and trophies. NAT brings you all of the action from the NSAA High School Swimming and Diving Championships live from the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln. You can watch NSAA High School Swimming and Diving Championships next Saturday, 11 a.m. on NET1. You can also catch it in high def on NET HD. They considered doing this in high def, but knowing that I was working with Mr. Simpek, they thought they would spare viewers.
The horror, the horror. These ladies are much better looking than you and I, Larry, and I'm sure television ratings will increase if we keep focus on them instead of us. And, What's happening now is the match is staying close because of a bevy of errors now. We've got split-itis take us by surprise here. A pair of splits in the 6th frame for both teams. So still a 22-pin lead for Plainview. Down 2 games to 1, so they need it. There's another strike.
Big shot.
Laredo comes in off the bench and does a pretty good job.
Back-to-back strikes for Laredo stacking.
Another freshman.
Baldacci and Baldacci all but the 5-pin. Still a 22-pin advantage and a strike working for Plainview. Looking for the double here is Nicole Sorensen. Not a bad shot.
Plainview with a lead, but need to cover these spares that can slip away quickly. If they don't cover the spares, same applies for Norfolk. Need to convert this spare so they can get a little closer. Cross lane at the 7. Throwing a reverse hook may make this a little bit easier. Maybe not. Just the fear of throwing it in the gutter is going to keep the grip tight on that bowling ball. It's going to be who wants it more.
Oh, what a strike. Beth Reed trying to get something going for her Knights. So 133 in the 8th would be 102 plus count in the 8th for Norfolk Catholic. Here's Alexander.
It's going to be Brooklyn. Not an easy spare, so Plainview getting to squander some pins here. And the 9th frame is important. You want to have a spare at least so you can set yourself up for bonus pins in the 10th.
Strike here, they can cut it to 10. Not a bad shot. Ooh, just did not get that 6 pin to fall the right way and trip that 10.
Well, a spare in the 9th frame for Norfolk Catholic will give them 111 in the 8th, give them a possible 161, where Plainview is right now bowling at a 170 pace. Oh, good try there. Gives them 143 now, or 142, excuse me, in the 10th. So right now Norfolk needs to convert here. Otherwise, looks like we're going to be going to game 5. Best Norfolk Catholic can have now is 150, Larry. So 8 pins, 9 pins. Plainview needs in the 10th frame, and that would still require Norfolk Catholic to double.
Yep.
That's going to be good enough. Yep.
That'll do it. So we will have a 5th game in Class C girls. Plainview won game number 1. Norfolk Catholic came back, picked up the next 2 games, 164 to 144 and 158 to 135. And now a 5th and deciding game will be played. And a good cover. Shot by McCleary.
Very good.
Boy, nice ball.
He's got a good, strong game. Substitute for Plainview.
And a strike. Oh, it's nice to step in and throw a strike. That's Brianna Huffert. Huffert, just a freshman, with her opportunity. Skid, and it's just a little bit too much. 162, 139. Plainview. And now we head to a 5th and deciding game.
Well, with the new program, new meaning year 3 for Norfolk Catholic, it's looking for their first state championship, either for boys or girls. It's going to come down to picking up spares is what it's going to come down to.
I want to remind everybody you can log on to facebook.com/NET Sports and become a fan. You can leave questions, comments, and see what happens behind the scenes. Plus, follow what's coming up next on NET Sports. It's fast, fun, and easier than ever to be part of Nebraska's only statewide sports network on facebook.com/NET Sports. Go be a fan. You're on Facebook, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I can't get away from it. Every waking emotion I have, I put on my Facebook page.
That's what I thought. Catches and carries. Good start for the Knights. Riley Alexander now.
Taking a little extra time. This is going to be important. And it's going to be left to target.
So pull it just a little bit.
Here's where you see in the 4-person play that we use here for Class C. You see your anchor bowler right here.
McClary crosses over. He doesn't quite get it. Wobbled it, wiggled it, thought about it, didn't go.
Safe play, though.
Not a bad shot. Crossover, carry. So good answer by Heather Holton, the senior. We told you earlier, Holton said in her bio she's got a lot of clutch. That was a little bit of clutch right there.
Well, it's early. You got to brush yourself off and get ready for the next frame. But Plainview can make a big step towards taking the trophy home if they could have doubled there. Laredo was on the last 2 shots, but on a strike, so you don't lose any pin count yet. You want to make sure and make them a much better shot for your second ball, and trying to topple the crossover there. A lot of extra time now for Laredo.
Second now, the freshman right down the middle trying to convert. Ooh, just leaves the 5. So not a bad shot. And now an opportunity for Norfolk Catholic and its freshman, Annabelle Daci, to take advantage. And a good cover by Baldacci. One of the most improved bowlers on the team, according to her coach, Rick Gray. Gray in his 3rd year coaching the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Mike Holton, the head coach of Plainview Pirates. And of course, we said he's been around for a while.
Plainview takes the lead with that strike, Larry. On the spare, though, Norfolk Catholic can claim the lead back. It's a good shot. Oh, that's just a tough break.
And didn't get rid of either one of them as they sit and wobble.
Yeah, the drawback there is probably just a little bit lighter equipment there for Beth Reed with maybe a lighter ball, possibly a 12 or in that neighborhood. The ball just didn't have enough weight to carry it through the pocket. Plainview with a double.
Great shot by Alexander.
It's kind of a misnomer in bowling a little bit that sometimes people think it's okay to use such a light ball because you can control it more and hook it more and all that. Well, there's nothing wrong with when you get older, like your age, where you drop a pound or so, something like that, to just because you're old and rickety.
Well, at my age, we're gaining pounds.
Yeah,
we're not dropping pounds.
Yeah, and you want to make sure and try to use as heavy a ball as you can physically handle and keep in control of, because it helps with your carry with the pins. The ball drives through the pins better. Gives it a Plainview is beginning to pull away here. Another split, back-to-back splits now for Norfolk Catholic.
So the big double thrown on that split in Plainview.
This is just about impossible. The big 4, the 4, 6, 7, 10. So even though it's getting late here, you go for 2. And hopefully those pins that you just lost there don't come back to haunt you. What's going to happen now, Larry, is we're probably going to need Plainview to give some back for Norfolk Catholic to have a chance.
So Saturday night on NET2, Nebraska Stories shows us the early days of television Nebraska with longtime broadcaster Lita Powell-Drake. Plus meet an Omaha artist that paints cancer survivors and see the photographs of one Nebraska photographer, Don Dahl, showcasing our state and the people who call themselves Nebraskans. Watch Nebraska Stories at Saturday night, 8 Central on NET2, or you can visit Nebraska Stories website at netnebraska.org/Nebraska Stories.
Norfolk Catholic needs strikes now to make up some ground. Plainview needs to stay clean and not give anything away. Big double working there keeps Plainview in the lead. Cross lane at the 4-7, very well done.
So a nice cover there as they try to get back into the match.
2-4-5, tough spare for Plainview's.
Needs to hook.
Heather Holton, and that just didn't get over far enough. So we teeter-totter back the other way now. Strike here for Norfolk Catholic will put them within 3.
Crossed it over. Got it. What a mixer. Big shot by the Knights. Here's the freshman, Laredo Stacken. Stacken leaves the 1-3-6. Big shot here for Beth Reed. Strike by Reed, they regain the lead. Oh, what a shot.
Man, that might have been, they might have been dusting off the state championship trophy there for them.
Wow.
Now you need the spare to keep your lead. They're going to have to let Plainview bowl the 8th frame here to get it caught back up. Spare is really important here. And
good clutch shot by the freshman. Laredo Stacken, boy, what a contributor she has been since stepping into the lineup. Good call by Coach Mike Holton.
Now this spare is important. Of course they all are, but this one's really important. Well done.
Boy, she has been clutch as well.
Yep.
Picked up a couple of big 10 pins, made some nice strikes, been right around the pocket all game. Has Beth Reed.
Strike here will give Plainview the lead going into the 9th frame.
Pretty good shot. Got it. That looked like about a 4-7-10 and out. Might have been a 4-6-7-10 and out.
Could have been a number of things. Catch the break.
Yep. So a 7-pin lead as we head to the 9th.
Myla Gray could use a strike here. It's going to really put the pressure on a very, very good shot.
Oh, that messenger was on its way and it got clipped by another pin, but a great shot.
Very, very good possibility of a tie here.
That is a pretty big smile.
Riley Alexander trying to gather her wits, and that is just bad timing. Well, bad spot for that split in the 10th or in the 9th frame for Riley Alexander. A spare here by Norfolk Catholic, and that's going to really give them a commanding lead going into the 10th frame. Riley needs to get 2 pins, Larry. This is too close to give up those 2 pins. Even though we had someone almost pick this up earlier, you take the 2 pins when it's this close.
2 is worth 4 in this situation.
Yes, it is.
So, way to get 2 there, and that will give them 137. And it's still very tight depending on count here. So this ball, first ball here by Jenna McCleary, is important.
Coming down the last frame here for the state championship.
McCleary goes in high.
She gives it back with a split.
So they are up by 2 going into the 10th. So now Plainview.
They have to mark, Larry.
Specifically, Heather Holton needs good count and a mark here. It's more important than mark. What a shot. Oh, my goodness.
Now we're staring at a tie. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, probably. One would have to pick it up. Yep.
1 pin here is definitely needed for Norfolk Catholic. It's going to give them 148.
So Norfolk Catholic covers it.
That's
148.
Enough. Now she has to pick
it
this up.
Yep.
She has to pick it up. Oh, wow.
What a pressure
and she
situation.
Threw it in the pocket. It was a good shot. That was she couldn't have placed it any better down the lane. It's not going to do it.
Nope, unless it comes out of the pit.
Oh, what a way to lose the state championship. They didn't lose it. It was just a bad break in bowling and the emotions you see. But wow, what a finish.
Oh, tough way to finish.
Well, we've got a new state champion, though, out of this.
Great win for Norfolk Catholic. So back and forth, it went 5. And the Lady Knights, who have a very bright future ahead with 3 talented freshmen in that lineup, win the school's first ever Nebraska High School Bowling Federation state championship. So congratulations, and some consoling and necessary consoling going on there by Mike Holton with his Plainview ladies. Terrific performance as they came through in the clutch, but right at the end made a good shot and just didn't get the good result.
Just an unlucky break is all it was, and a pocket hit leaves a pocket 5-10, and she couldn't have put the ball down in front of the pins in a better spot, Larry, but that's the way it goes, and now you're seeing that friendship they talked about earlier.
Terrific sportsmanship there as the Class C state champs, the Norfolk Catholic Knights. We'll be back. We'll hear from the champs and have the trophy presentations when we come back.
Time Warner Cable is dedicated to the future of our nation's children. That's why we've launched our Connect a Million Minds initiative. We're asking adults to help us inspire kids through science, technology, engineering, and math. And we're achieving this through local partnerships with FIRST. Across the country, Time Warner Cable employees are helping bring FIRST robotics competitions to the areas we serve. The future of our nation and our children depends on math, science, and technology. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
You're watching NET Television.
My name is Kara James and I'm from Omaha. I support NET Television because of the quality of the programming and because I get so much enjoyment every time I turn it on.
So welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes. Along with Steve Simpek, I'm Larry Putney. Another state champion is crowned today. The final of the morning. It's 148-146. Norfolk Catholic wins it in a clutch finish. First ever state championship. Let's go to Steve Simpek with the champs.
Our brand spanking new state high school bowling champions for Class C, the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Coach Rick Gray and Jenna McCleary. Jenna, you're a junior. This is only the 3rd year that Norfolk Catholics had a program, so started out brand new. And how long have you been on the team? Have you been on the team all 3 years?
No, only 2 years.
Only 2 years. You guys have made great strides. So this came down to the last ball in the last frame. So when the girls from Plainview rolled that 10-frame shot right in the pocket, a bad break, what's going through your mind?
I don't know. I was kind of thinking, I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? It's a split. Do I have to get 2? Do they only have to get 2? I don't know. I was just trying to clear my mind for that next shot. See, get 1 pin. I need 1 pin.
Well, that's great thinking, because it's always the single pins and getting 1 pins in those 1 or 2 pins in those situations come back to help. Coach Gray, thanks for getting this program going up there in Norfolk. You guys are doing a great job, and now you got a trophy to take back to the school. Congratulations. You got a young team too, and it looks like everybody's friends here too on both teams, which is really a neat situation.
If we had to be the team, we're just glad it was Plainview. Plainview's they're great friends with us, and go Northeast Nebraska.
All right, well, congratulations, Coach. Norfolk Catholic Knights, your 2011, I should say, Class C girls state champions. Larry, back to you in the booth. Congratulations, folks.
All right, Steve, thanks very much, and congratulations, coach and players from Norfolk Catholic, the Knights, the state champs. And now for the trophy and medal presentation, let's go to our public address announcer. Here's Greg Porchy.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for our 2 finalists? And now for the awards presentation. Your Class C girls runner-up, the Plainview Pirates, coached by Dave Korth and Mike Holton. Riley Alexander. Heather Holton. Carissa Newhouse. Nicole Sorensen. Neela Campbell. Brianna Hoffert. And Laredo Stacken. Ladies, here is your runner-up trophy. Congratulations to the Plainview Pirates, your Class C runner-ups. Now here's your 2010 Class C Girls Champions, Norfolk Catholic Knights. The Knights are coached by Roger Reed and Rick Gray. Beth Reed. Ashley Crismore. Dara Gentrup. Emily Tomjack. Hannah Baldacci. Jenna McCleary. And Mila Gray. Ladies, here's your championship trophy. Once again, I'd like to say congratulations to the 2010-2011 Norfolk Catholic Knights, your Class C champions.
So congratulations once again to the Norfolk Catholic Knights, and congratulations to all of our state champions throughout the day. It began this morning with Alma winning the Class D state title, Hastings winning in Class B. In Class A, what a match that was between Lincoln North Star and Lincoln East, and the North Star from Lincoln winning it 3-2, and here another 3-2 battle as Norfolk Catholic wins its first ever state championship as well. But a good morning and some great bowling.
Seen it all, Larry. We had close matches that came down to the last ball, to the last frame, and we had big scores. We've had battles of teams that seemed like they couldn't pick up spares if they could have been paid to. It was just just a tough morning for some, but you know, it's just all worthwhile in this to see high school bowling grow, and it was especially nice to see some first-time winners like Norfolk Catholic and girls like that get a taste of the state tournament experience.
And don't forget, there's more Nebraska High School Bowling Federation Championships next Sunday on NET Sports. Nebraska's best high school boys will compete for state championships in the sports crowning event. You can see all of the action from Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln. Watch next Sunday morning on Nebraska High School Boys Bowling Federation Championships beginning at 8 a.m. Central on NET1 and NET HD. So that will do it for the Girls State Championship. For Steve Simpek, I'm Larry Putney. Thanks so much for joining us here at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska for the Girls Nebraska High School Bowling Federation Championships. And congratulations once again to our 4 state championships: the Alma Cardinals, Hastings Tigers, North Star Navigators, and the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Congratulations, ladies, and thanks for joining us. For Steve Simpek, I'm Larry Putney. We'll see you next week on NET Sports.
Driving isn't worth your full attention,
What is?
A safety reminder from your Nebraska Department of Roads.
Have you considered arranging an estate gift to NET? Now, your legacy can live on through NET sports programs made possible by your gift to the NET Endowment. You can ensure that future Nebraskans continue to enjoy college and high school sports action that only NET delivers. Call me personally to discuss your estate gift to the NET Foundation.
The way this game started, it did not look good for the Mavericks, but they dug deep, showed some character, and now they're staring down a shootout.
Verslow, the shooter in round 7 for UNO.
Score! And the Mavericks earn the extra point with a shootout win tonight.
I remember distinctly the last time I saw him. Broken Tail came walking directly towards me, and he looked as good as he had ever looked. And then I turned to look back. Something happened after that. We don't know what. Broken Tail was gone.
Tonight at 7 Central Time on NET1.
We're delighted you joined us tonight for our first show.
Let me close my eyes and just...
Every little inflection that you have is exactly the way I